this episode of TV Smart. In this, we're going to review the Netflix show, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, with Ellie Kemper, Jane Krakowski, Titus Burgess, and Carol Kane. Now, Josh, what do you think about this show? This was a show, in my opinion, I was a little worried about. It kind of looked crazy. Mm-hmm. And I was afraid, it was going to be one of those shows that, it kind of goes all over the place, doesn't really know what it wants to do. Kind of shifts tones. Amazing Spider-Man 2. No, shifts tones, but but it ended up being a very funny show. What did you think about it? What were your initial feelings?
Well, initially, I really wasn't sure if I wanted to watch it, but there wasn't really much thought behind it. I just got on Netflix because I hadn't been on it forever. I started using Hulu Plus way more. Mm-hmm. I get on Netflix, and I had been seeing Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt all over Twitter and kept getting all these ads in my face and everything. So I was like, whatever, I watch it. Because I had been watching Law & Order, and I was like, I need to watch something funny.
Yeah, you need something to light your light up.
I got on that, and it sounded different. Obviously, if a doomsday cult, they break out, and yeah, that sounds crazy. So I start the show. I don't think I've laughed that hard since I first watched 30 Rock.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Yeah, it has very quick writing. A lot of it you have to listen to you have to really pay attention to hear it, which is like 30 Rock and shows like The Office and Modern Family. You got kind of quick writing that you just have to pay attention to, which I really liked. Ellie Kemper, who played Erin on The Office, is what I've just been calling her Erin from The Office. She was very good as Kimmy. So I liked her a lot. Titus, he ended up being one of my favorite characters.
He's so funny.
He is her friend.
Titus syndrome.
If you haven't seen the show, he's the large African American, very flamboyant. But he is hilarious. I think he's one of the funniest characters on that show. And I like Carol Kane, who plays like their landlord. She's very funny. And Jane Krakowski is basically playing Jenna Maroney from 30 Rock.
Jane Krakowski is funny in everything.
She's kind of like that over-the-top rich woman.
And the fact that she was supposed to be Native American.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they made her character a Native American. The show just had so many funny things. It was like 30 Rock because it was also strange. Mm-hmm. It was a strange... 30 Rock is a very weird
Yeah, it did get weird, and this one was very weird. Doomsday Cult, they had the whole trial for the guy, and everybody was on his side for some reason.
Yeah. It was Ham. What's his name?
John Hamm?
John Hamm, yeah. He played he was the
preacher?
Preacher, yeah. Psychopath. But he was funny as always. Whenever he does funny roles like on Saturday Night Live or things like that, he's very funny. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the show really had really good writing, and I liked it a lot. Every episode, I wanted to see what would happen next, which is unusual for a comedy. Dramas, you're kind of like, you want to know what happens next. It's usually a mystery or something. With this one, you wanted to see what happened next because it was just so funny. You couldn't get over it, and then you kind of had withdrawal after you finished the 13 episodes.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm apprehensive about liking Netflix series. Once you watch them, it's like...
I go through the same problem. I talk about this in another review with House of Cards. I go through all 13 episodes in 2 or 3 days, and now
you're like,
I have to wait a whole other year. And eventually, I'm not going to be able to wait a whole other year because the show's going to be over at some point. Mm-hmm. They can only keep doing this so often. I almost wish Netflix did like a weekly thing where they just released one a week.
Yeah.
Because I go crazy when I have it. It's fine if they have shows that are already made and put them on, but to have their own original shows and release them all at once, it's like...
It ruins us.
Yeah, it's like giving me a bunch of Avengers trailers. I have to watch all of them. I can't not watch them. And then I've seen half the movie. But... it's a very good show, very funny show. You should definitely check it out. We won't give anything away, but there's some crazy storylines, especially towards the end. Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite parts was one of the mole women, which they call the women who were in the Doomsday group. She kept her clothes on.
Yeah, she was weird.
She supported the preacher.
Never mind. Oh, that's a spoiler. I can't say it.
But yeah, it's a very funny show. You should check it out. I can't wait until season 2. Mm-hmm. And it was originally supposed to air on NBC.
Oh, yeah, I could see it being an NBC, but I feel like they had way more freedom with Netflix.
They had to take out the commercial breaks. When a show ends, like they had to edit it a little bit because it was originally supposed to be on NBC. But I'm glad it's on Netflix now. So you know what to do: like, subscribe, check out the blog. We'll eventually be doing some things on that. And as always, stay film smart.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo. Mooh la la. Yeah, yo.